Okay.
So I don't start earlier. This is
Quiet
why
on
is
the
this
set.
5:58?
Action one.
It's at 7:30 went to 58.
Wasn't gonna call
Did Jake pass away?
When did he pass it?
2 days ago.
2 days ago?
Jake Sells. Yeah, Lisa's just overcome with grief.
Very close family.
Let's call this regular city council meeting to order, 1800 hours, March 24th, 2022. First item up would be roll call. All members are in the chambers with the exception of Councilman Wolford, who has, he called out tonight because of a family issue. Next order will be the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation. Councilman Kester, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Me? Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing for Pastor Clay to give our invocation.
Thank you. Would you bow your heads, please? Heavenly Father, let me thank you on behalf of all who are gathered here today. I pray for our mayor, for the various levels of city officials, and in particular for this assembled council. I'm asking that you would graciously grant them wisdom to govern amid the conflicting interests and issues of our times, a keen thirst for justice and rightness, confidence in what is good and what is fitting today. The ability to work together in harmony even when there is honest disagreement, personal peace in their lives and joy in their tasks. I pray for the agenda set before them today. Please give an assurance of what would please you and what would benefit our community of Holbrook. It is in your most blessed name that I pray today, and I give you glory for it. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, Pastor. Moving on to item 4, consent agenda, March 10th, 2022 meeting minutes. Chair will entertain a motion to approve as presented.
I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any comments or questions on these items? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed, motion passes. Item 5, call to the public for non-agenda items. I have one, Melissa McDaniels,
Daniels, yes.
Daniels, I guess. You wanna go ahead and step up here and,
Sorry. Hi, I'm Melissa Daniels. I'm one of the members of the class of 2022 grad night committee for Holbrook High School. This is usually an annual event. The last time I did it at the Holbrook High School, it was 2019. 2020, the city of Holbrook did donate. Because of COVID, they did not have a lock-in event, but we still used those funds during the grad night. They had several Fridays where they did kickoff, send-offs for the graduates, and we did use that money as cash prizes. They did not, due to COVID, etc., last year have the event, but this year we are back on track. It is an event that we hope that the city of Holbrook can donate to. We hope that you have it in your budget. It is a lock-in event, so it is May 27th, And we are on the agenda for the next school board meeting to be held in April to have the event at their Hewlett Elementary School. The students are locked in from 11 at night until about 5:30 in the morning, and the hope is that they get to celebrate one last time with their friends in a safe, drug and alcohol-free environment. We have lots of fun activities planned. We hope to give out lots of cash prizes. We know that a lot of times these seniors get, they get a going away gift for college, but not everybody goes to college, so they might not need that mini fridge. So lots of cash prizes. We just want them to come experience the, last time with their friends, and it's possible with funding, and so that's what we're asking for. So again, just hoping that that's something that you guys would donate to. Side note, if any of you, as a business or an individual, would like to donate, we're taking any type of donation. So there you go.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Okay,
Can
moving.
you ask Ted if we have that in the budget or not?
Well, generally what we would do is turn it over to him, and he would, he will create a proposal for us for approval. And if any of you, again, like she said, if any of you would like to get with her, donate personally, would encourage it. Okay, moving on to item 6, call to the public for items on the agenda. We have none. Moving on to item 7, new business, discussion and possible action. 7A, approval of special events liquor license application for Our Lady of Guadalupe Catholic Church located at the Family Center at 225 East Arizona for an event to be held April 20th, 2022 from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m.
Mayor, I think it's the 30th, April 30th.
20.
It says on this paper the 20th. What is
Oh,
the
but the application.
Well,
the application? Is it 20th or 30th? It's the 30th? Okay. Note that is corrected on the 30th. Ms. Olson, if you would like to step up for a moment and give us any information you have on that.
Hi. Okay. I'm the worst. Okay, so I'm Melissa Olson, and I go to Our Lady of Guadalupe Catholic Church, and it's been, I think, 8 years now since we had our first adult prom. It was just something wanting to do, some sort of fundraiser for the church. And like grad night, we weren't able to have it the last 2 years due to COVID. And so we're hoping we can get past our COVID life and maybe put it on the back burner more. But we're hoping to have adult prom again. And it's just an event, it's just like high school prom, but we have a liquor license, as long as you approve it. So, like it said, it's April 30th from 7 to midnight, and as soon as our tickets get here, it will be 25 for singles and 40 for couples.
Good deal. Anybody have any questions for it?
I just know it's always been very popular since we started. Everybody gets very excited about it.
Well, for the people your age, it seems to be what's lacking in this community, a place where people can go and dance and socialize. It's an
So-
excellent thing.
So
Some of
we
the people
do.
my age were excited too.
Yes, we crown a king and queen each year. The first year, it was the way we decide how it's gonna, like how we pick our king and queen. The first year, it was what couple had been married the longest.
Hey,
And
maybe
so
they have
that
a
went
shot.
to Gloria and Victor Castillo.
Oh, wow.
And it's just been little things, it kind of goes with like the theme. Like we had casino night one night, and so it was like everybody's names got put into a basket, and we just drew one guy and one girl, and that was there. So it's a lot of fun.
All right. Thank you,
Do
Yes,
we
sir.
have a theme yet?
So it is written under the stars, so it's just kind of like nighttime, moon and stars. And we will have Kelly Spangler there doing photography and lots of snacks.
Anybody else? None? Okay, Chair will entertain a motion to approve this.
So move. Second.
Motion and a second to approve. Any other comments or questions on this item? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passed.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to item 7B, Police Department roof bid. Mr. Kelly.
Actually quotes for the roof at the police department. Police department roof, I can't tell you how old it is. I know it's the original shingles. I've been with the city 26 years and been on there longer than that. They are rotten, they're worn out, wind blown, they're beyond, patching is not an option anymore. And so we came up with the final option. We need to re-roof the entire roof. New shingles all the way across. The entire structure, that would also include the fire station portion of the building, because that part of the building has corrugated metal on it that is starting to rust, so we need to shingle over the top of that too. So I went and got 3 quotes from 3 roofing contractors. One was Slade, one was Collier's, and then Early Bird. Okay, the quotes came in fairly close, but I did go with the recommendation of the lowest quote, which was Early Bird, the total cost being $56,000. So I'd like to ask for approval from the council to have that amount approved so we can move forward and have that roof repaired finally.
How long are you gonna take to do it?
Weather permitting, this time of year, you know, the plan is with this company is they're gonna strip a section at a time, that way they don't do it all at one time, you get caught in weather.
Very good. Thank you, Tim.
I make a motion, we approve the $56,000 expenditure for Early Bird Roofing Solutions for the police department roof.
Motion and a second.
Second.
Then we'll go to discussion.
One question for you, Tim. Does this include eaves and gutters and downspouts?
The gutters have already been done. The eaves, so what they need to do, what they need to add that isn't there is water and ice sheeting.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's not there. A lot of your older homes don't have that either. And what happens is snow melts, and as it melts, it drags down and it starts to saturate into the edges of the roof. Without that sheeting, if you look up under your eaves, where it starts to get a lot of water in there, and so they're gonna add that all the way around too. It needs to be done. There is damage because of the lack of that on the northeast side of the building. So there's gonna be a little bit of plywood replacement too.
Thank you.
So Tim, this is asphalt.
Yes, yes.
Did you consider metal? roofing at all?
Considered metal, but at the cost,
Prohibitive.
unconsidered.
And I just wanted to add a correction, in the council action form, it says fiscal impact 58,536.89. That's incorrect, the fiscal impact is $56,000.
Thank you.
There's a lot of maintenance on metal roofs too.
Any other comments or questions on that? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed. Okay. Moving on to summary of current events. I really don't have a lot other than last week, Ted and I went out to the Petroglyph Park, measured the sign size for the plaque for Mike Odell, and we also removed all of the signs out there, the billboards that they had, because of course over weather and some of them were cracking and stuff like that. Ted got all new parts for it that last week I rebuilt them. We're just waiting for the posters to come in. As soon as those come in, I'll get them put back in the frames.
Got the trail maps and everything?
Yeah, the big trail maps.
Very nice.
So we got all that done. Got them cleaned up. They were a little bit dirty, had a little bit of mess on them, so I got those all cleaned up. We'll get that done, and then Ted's drawn up, I think he showed all of you the concept for the plaque for Mike to put on the deal. So be a good tribute for Mike, well deserved. Other than that, I don't have anything. Councilman Dixon,
I don't have anything, thank you, Mayor.
Vice Mayor Payne.
Simply that, I was told when I got here that Jake Salazar passed away this week. We've lost another good man, and I'm sorry to hear it and send my condolences to his wife and daughter, and don't know anything about the funeral arrangements yet, so.
Okay. Thank you, Francie. Councilman Nielsen.
Yeah, Jake passed away. He was I think he was a lifelong resident of Holbrook. He's been here the 40 years I've been here. He was my first plumber. He will be sorely missed. As of this afternoon, there was no funeral arrangements made yet, but I'm sure there'll be a mass for him. Also, I wanted to bring to everybody's attention, Little League Baseball starting up, and a shout out to Brian Reed and all those people on that committee that do such a fabulous job with our youth. And the opening game will be, everyone will have an opening game April 30th, Saturday, April 30th. So right before your event,
Yes.
everybody should go to the baseball.
Yes.
They'll probably be up there too.
Thank you, Mike. Councilman Marsh.
I just wanted to repeat and put it on your calendars, April 23rd is the community cleanup. I'll keep pounding on it. This is obviously our windy season. Wherever it comes from, trash is blowing around. And you don't even have to wait until the 23rd of April to go out and pick up some trash. Either that, if it means knocking on your neighbor's door and asking if you can help them, or if it's, picking up after your own property. Literally, it's 5 minutes picking stuff off of fence lines this time of year. So consider that. The community cleanup will have more information on as we get from the chamber in terms of where dumpsters will get staged and where different groups will be assembling as we get closer to that. But keep it in mind, and remember, you don't have to wait until the 23rd. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Chester.
My little grandson went out for wrestling. He's 6 years old. I didn't realize that we had that at 6 years old. But I understand that Holbrook has it too, because they're having a meet and Holbrook's going over there.
Wonderful.
I thought it was pretty neat.
I know Bill Jeffers was instrumental in that hop wrestling for years.
Yes, he was. What a great program.
Thank you, Councilman. City Manager Soltis.
Okay. At the last meeting, Councilmember Marsh asked me how much the Snowflake property sold for. I incorrectly stated 6,100, sorry. It was actually 62,5101. The price was on the council action form for the first reading. I usually have it for the second reading. My apologies, I didn't have it in the packet. At the last meeting, council approved the rough mower for the golf course for $34,999.87. With the potential for cost increase, which I fully expected. Well, guess what happened? We found a demonstrator mile with very few miles on it, demonstrator model, and we're actually gonna pay $30,000, so about a $5,000 savings. That's exciting. It's really great, especially in today's day and age. It's hard to find anything. McClaws Road is scheduled to be striped March 31st. The road markings have been worn out, and they're also gonna repaint the railroad crossing up there. It was a bit of a delay because we were hoping to go in conjunction with another community. We just weren't able to work that out. Put it in perspective, it's gonna cost us around $10,000 and $2,500 just for them to come up to Holbrook. So we tried to work it out, but we weren't able to. But that's what we try to do, try to work with other communities so we can save some money. Unfortunately, in this case, we weren't able to do that. As Mayor had said, design for the Odell Hidden Cove Park has been completed. We should be ordering that soon. What we ran into is where we usually get our signs. It has that plastic type signage, and that's not going to last very long. So again, what we're looking for is bronze, brushed aluminum, and so we're looking for another vendor, but hopefully that'll get ordered soon. Again, the mayor mentioned the kiosks at the Hidden Cove Park. We had done some work on those last year. Basically, the frame's in place. They have screws that are countersunk. If you get the screws tightened a little bit to the side, it cracks them. So I asked the manufacturer, and they agreed to redesign the kiosks, and instead of countersunk screws, they're just flat top screws, so you can't crack the frames again. And again, thank you to the mayor for all the assistance on that. Let's see. we started a pilot project at the Hidden Cove, Hotel Hidden Cove Park. We're charging $25 per person. These funds are for the tour guide and for upkeep and maintenance. This was the amount of money that was recommended by the individual doing our tours up there. We're splitting the fee right now. And I want to do a pilot project first, see how it goes, and at this point it's going rather well. Let me put that in perspective. Her first tour was for 4 hours, 2 people, $50. So although 25 seems like a lot of money, a number of the individuals, they're coming from other countries, they're coming from other states. This is something that they do, and thus far, $25, there hasn't been any issue. Of course, for locals and kids and things like that, you know, we'll do some other consideration. But I wanted to do a pilot project first, per her recommendation, and then I could come to council and let you know how that worked out and what the recommendation is. The street department will finish crack sealing at the end of the month as weather is warming up. As we discussed in the previous meeting, once they get done with the crack sealing, we're looking into chip sealing or slurry sealing, depending on the condition of the road. Again, really excited about that. We've got ourselves a street sweeper in preparation. We're doing the crack sealing in preparation, and we have, over the last few years, saved up enough money so that we could get a number of our roads done. Of course, with the price of oil right now, it's not going to be as many roads as we'd like, but I'm excited about that project coming up. The golf course driving range development has started with fill material being hauled in. Boy, it's been quite a bit of work trying to figure out just how to make that work. There's drainage ditches and all kinds of things, so a number of, including the mayor who used to work out there, a number of individuals, we got out there, we talked about it. And the long and the short of it is to put the driving range east-west just down from where the current location is. It's all flat area. I think it's going to work out really well. We're looking into like a vending machine to vend the golf balls, and looking at a piece of equipment that we can maybe put in front of a cart or in front of the gator to pick up the golf balls. But we're really excited about working on that. So in between other projects, we'll be hauling in fill material, but real excited about getting at that. The new bleachers have arrived for Hunt Park and Barrow Field. Staff has started to assemble those bleachers, so hopefully soon, within the next few weeks, they'll get those installed. Unfortunately, the dugouts are 6 weeks out. They had to design them, we had to approve design, the engineers had to go over them, and of course, there's all kinds of delays, but that'll be the next thing that we'll be doing over at that park. The community center remodel will soon be complete. And with the completion of that community center, what's going to happen is we're going to have a whole lot more cars parked over there. So we'll be working on the backside of the community center, installing some parking lots. We'll all do that all in-house. We've got a lot of millings left over from the airport. And so when that community center comes up, bottom line is right now, if we had the library people and the community center, there's not enough parking. So we'll be doing that. We're getting parking behind the community center, again, doing it in-house with available materials. The library is planning on adding a pavilion for outdoor activities as part of the COVID grant process. The problem is as you know, costs are escalating, and trying to find a pavilion that falls within the budget is going to be an issue, but we're working on that. Liziski Park concession stand, speaking of baseball season, has started up. I was contacted, are you guys going to finish that? So Mike is going to transition from the community center over to Liziski Park and finish up remodeling that concession stand. He started it, the weather went bad, so he started some indoor projects. He finished up one of the bathrooms in the community center, so that is available should we need to rent it. So again, as I had mentioned in the past, ever since remodeling the center across the street here, we've just had very, very heavy use. I anticipate the same thing over there. It was in very bad state of disrepair. It's in a good state of repair. People are using it for weddings, anniversaries, and funerals, and it's working out really well. So getting the community center fixed up will be another asset that's available to our residents. We are working with the owner of the recently burned structure at 408 Desert View Drive. There's a process to follow, and we're talking with the owner, and we're doing our best to help him get that area cleaned up. And finally, I want to say this. We want to do our best to get things done. We don't always know what's going on. So you can contact City Hall, 928-524-6225, or you can email the city, holbrookcity@holbrookaz.gov. And there is a website and a link on our website at www.holbrookaz.gov. And I just got a note back from our web designer. He put that information on there. I haven't had a chance to look at it. So it's really important. It's really hard when we don't know stuff that's going on. So rather than going on Facebook and complaining about something, give us a call, or ideally an email, then we can get to it when we have a chance, so we could schedule getting whatever it is cleaned up. A mattress on the side of the road, or a pothole, or something like that. You know, send us an email and we'll get right on it. And we really do our best to take care of these issues as soon as we can. Again, we can't take care of them if we don't know that there's an issue out there. And I know you pay attention to the residents, and you've called me, let me know various issues that come up, and I really appreciate that. That's how we're successful, working together. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager. And just to add on to that, you know, it doesn't hurt to, you know, go across the street or your next door neighbor, and especially with the elderly or the handicapped. Some people don't have the financial means or anything like that to take care of their property, and, you know, it would be nice if we and, you know, my wife and I both would help. You know, I think most of the council members would help. If there's an issue with some place in town or residence where people don't have the financial means or the physical means to clean, you know, it'd be nice to have a group that we could turn to that would be willing to go help these people. That's how we're gonna make this community grow and look better, is if everybody steps up and helps. Moving on to item 9, submissions of written petitions for items not on the agenda. We have none. Item 10, adjournment. Chair will entertain a motion for adjournment. Nobody wants to.
I did it last time.
Then I so move.
Second. Motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Meeting adjourned 18:25. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you coming.
Thank you. Just come, sit by Mr. Mayor.